Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. I was trying to record this video while I still had some, semi-natural sunlight. And yeah, I had this saying come into my mind like over a week ago, which, as the title of the video states, let your presence be a gift, not a given. And it's interesting because you think of like presents, like the spelling in this title, but also presents, like when we get presents for a birthday or for a holiday like Christmas. And so it's an interesting play on words, like with, especially with the word gift. So I got this in my mind because I've recently, I would say, starting even towards last year and even going into this year, I have been very selective about, how I connect with people. And it's not like I'm being antisocial. It's just that with all the changes that I've made, internally and on a spiritual level, it's like I've become so discerning that my energy can't help but be naturally selective about what spaces I choose to occupy or which people I choose to entertain or just spend a significant amount of time with. And so yeah, it's almost like my body gives off its own natural inclination of like, yes, this is a space that you should give energy to and attention to. This is a connection that you should put time and energy into. And then there are other connections where it's like, no, this is not a space where I need to connect to, because in relation to people, how they receive you or how they engage with you, it's important to recognize which people genuinely honor who we are and which people are receiving us positively and who we feel that there is a resonance with. And we have to be willing to open that discernment to really see and sense, oh yes, this is a safe person to be around, or these are people who are safe to be around. This could be one person or many people, and this could apply to, new people you're meeting, to family members, just any social space, even at work. And so I've reached a point where I'm like, my presence is not a given. It is a gift for those who are worthy of receiving my time, my attention, and my energy. And it's just interesting. I never thought I would be at this place in my life, but it's very refreshing that I've come to this point of, if it means that I'm in my own company versus going into a space just for the sake of feeling like, oh, I have other people around me just so I'm not alone, quote unquote. I'm so past that. Like, I'm someone who prioritizes so much how I feel and my own sense of peace that I am okay with stepping outside of the norm, stepping outside of the box, if it means guarding my energy, being protective. And when I do encounter those who I feel are resonating and are connecting, then I'll allow myself to be present with that and to be, to have that interaction, to have that engagement. And again, this saying kept coming into my mind, like, my presence is a gift, not a given. My presence is a gift, not a given. And speaking for myself as a woman especially, and really looking and understanding more about divine feminine energy and understanding how our energy as women when it comes to relationships, and if you are someone who identifies as heterosexual, when it comes to like masculine energy, and recognizing that your presence is a gift, it's not a given, and recognizing who is investing time into getting to know you on an authentic level, on a kind level, on a respectable level, where you are in a place where you feel open to allowing them into your space, to allowing them more access to your time and to your energy, and not just giving it all away at once without having had the time needed to get to know that person, to see who they are, to see what they're offering, to see if they are, part of your journey, and if they're meant to be in your life in that way. And so I think as women, it's important for us to really, really operate in that space of discernment, in that intuition, and to know that there are levels to getting to know who we are as women when it comes to receiving masculine energy. And if that's something you're open to, again, I know viewers coming from all walks of life, But if there is that, as I've heard many say, like that polarity, the feminine energy, masculine energy, and we are meant to be the receivers. And if you think about the moon, like the moon is the feminine energy, the sun is the masculine energy, that yang. And it's like the moon receives the light of the sun to shine. So she is a receptor of the sun's light, which is how we see the sun at night. The sun. That's how we see the moon at night. You know, the sun is the daytime, but we see the moon at night when it's, you know, in its different phases. You know, the light that it reflects comes directly from the sun. And so the moon is in a space of receiving. So as women, we have to, you know, be in a receptive energy, but also discerning, receiving the right energy. What energy are we meant to be receptive to? And I love that. So I felt this is something that someone needs to hear. And if it connected with you, this message, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, help it grow, help this reach more people. It really means a lot. And do I have anything else to say? So just know your presence is a gift. Sorry, not a given. Your presence is a gift, not a given. And you are within your right to be selective about who you allow and what you accept and receive into your life. And it is okay to say no. It is okay to honor who you are and what is right for you and what is not right for you. So thank you very much for watching this video. And I didn't say my name. I'm Selena, which Selena also comes from the name Selene, and Selene was the moon goddess in Greek mythology. Luna is the Roman equivalent of the moon goddess. So I know many likely know Luna, you know, in Spanish, Luna means moon. So just that connection. So I have a lot of connection when it comes to the moon and allowing that to be a teacher, you know, recognizing your phases, and also recognizing that we as women have phases, like our menstrual cycles are also in connection with the moon as well. Like the moon changes, you know, goes through a full cycle in 27 to 28 days, and our menstrual cycles are also on a similar time frame as well. So there is that connection that we're meant to embrace, and I love that. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you later. Please subscribe and please like. Thumbs up.